I'm back with my bookshelf. Hey guys, it's Radian, and today, even though it's super duper 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 late, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my bookish resolutions for the year of 2015. To start out this video, I thought I should at least address the failure that was my last year's bookish resolutions, meaning I didn't do so well on one part of my resolutions of last year, which was to read as many books as I could off of the top 100 science fiction and fantasy list. I read a total of 4. I will say I did enjoy all 4 books that I read off of that list, but I found myself not really liking to have to cater the entirety of my reading taste to one list in particular. I don't really read that way. I just can't do it. Which leads me on to my first bookish resolution of this year, which is essentially do what I want. I realize that's a funny way to phrase a bookish resolution goal because it doesn't really sound like a resolution, but it is. Basically, my goal for this year is to just read what it is I feel like reading. The past year, I felt a lot of pressure to read as much as possible, which made me kind of disregard some longer books, some books that might take me longer to read because they're a little denser. This year, I want to completely do away with that. Of course, I want to read as much as I can, but I also want to read what it is I want to read. So if I want to read an 800-page book and it might take me a month, I'm gonna be okay with that. So that is my main bookish resolution for this year. It is essentially just do what it is my little heart so desires. My second bookish resolution is going to be in line with a lot of other people, and that is basically to buy less, because I'm going to be partaking in Project TBR, which is created by a good friend of mine, Benjamin from over at Benjamin Tones on YouTube, which is basically just to get rid of as many books on your TBR as you possibly can. Now I have another group of friends who are doing 0 by 2016, which is basically to get rid of all your books on your TBR by 2016. As much as I would love to partake, I know for me that is impossible. I just can't do that because I love to buy books and I have too many books on my unread TBR list that it's not gonna fly. So I decided to partake in Project TBR. Just to let you guys know, I have a total right now of 112 books on my TBR, which is a lot. I know, I like books. My goal is by the end of the year to hopefully to have halved that number, or even like get it down to 80. I'd be really happy with that, and just every year just slowly knocking it down as best I can for the next year to come. I do plan on making a video in which I show you all of my TBR books, because I haven't done a TBR video like showing you each book individually since last March, and I can promise that the books are very different from last March. Okay. My next bookish resolution is going to be my number resolution. Last year I read a total of 125 books, which I am very pleased with. I'm still pleased with that number. But this year, because I want to take some pressure off myself, I set a goal for 60. I do believe I will pass that number quite easily this year, but I don't really want to focus as much on numbers that I read per month, just quality of books, or not even quality, just books that I want to read. So that's why I set a number goal of 60. So yeah. And the last goal is to just try to read more diversely. I know a lot of people have been talking about reading diversely, and I think it's really important for me not only read diversely in my author choice, different genders, different ethnicities, different cultures, but I also want to read diversely in the genres I've been picking up. Last year I read more adult books than I ever had in my life, and I want to continue doing that in 2015 because I really have been enjoying a lot of adult books this past year. So I want to continue on that trend, but also of course still reading young adults, and I also want to read more middle grade. I just kind of want to read a variety of books by a variety of different people, because I think that is what reading is all about. So there you go guys, that is my main bookish goals for the year 2015. Let me know what you want to accomplish down below, and I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye!